Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. This is Mr. J Graphic once again. Today I'm going to teach you how to design a very colorful flyer, a very colorful church flyer. Without much further ado, let's get started. Go to Photoshop. I've already launched my Photoshop, so I'm going to create my size. So I'm going to use 220 by 20. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create shape. So let me use shape. I'll go to rectangle tool and I'm going to draw a shape from here to this end, something like this. And after that I'll go to my properties. Here I'm going to remove the link icon and then use this. Then you see, once you place the pointer here, it's turned to double arrow, so you can click, drag, and you can see the edge is good. There's going to be a curve in the edge. So this is what I'm actually doing. This is what I want to do. I think it's too much, so let me come back a little bit. Okay, so now once this is done for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color to kind of ash wine color or something like that, kind of wine, right? So I'm going to use some wine color here, like that. This is okay for me. I'm going to lock it. I always lock something object on Photoshop because once you create it, you need to lock it so that it will not distract you. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, I want what I'm coming to create, I want that to be on top of this wine color here. Okay, so you make sure you select this. Most of people, if you click on this, if you select the background, whatever you create, let's say I'm creating a layer, it will come here, and because of the wine color here, whatever you create here, it's going to hide. It's going to be behind the wine color. Okay, so make sure whenever you're creating something, you make sure you select this before you create the layer. Okay, so I'll go for my brush tool. Where is my brush tool? So I'm going for my brush tool, and now I'm going to increase. I'm using bracket close. Yes, blanket close. That is what I'm using to decrease and increase my brush tool. Now I'm going to use a very brightful red color like that. Red color like that. And now I'm going to click somewhere here. Okay, because I can't see it well because the opacity of my brush is 14%, so I have to increase the opacity, and then let's click again. Very beautiful. Wow. So I'm going to expand this way like this, and now I'm going to lock it because I don't want that to distract me. Now I'm going to create another layer. Just click on the layer here, layer 2, because this is layer 1. Then you create layer 2. I'll go to my foregrounds color. You double click on that, and then I'm going to change it to yellowish, kind of yellowish color like that. Okay, I think this is okay for me. Now I'll go for my brush tool again, and now I'm going to click. Wow, isn't this beautiful? That's beautiful. So just increase that too a little bit like that. So afterwards, I'm going to lock them. I'm locking them so that it will not distract me. Now I'll go for this background, and I'm going to place it here. For this background, make sure you select them, because I'm going to place it on top of this white color. So make sure you select the background and then you drag. Then let me scale it like that. Now I'm going to decrease the size or decrease the opacity. So just decrease the opacity like that. I think okay, 4 is okay for me. Then I lock it because I don't want that to distract me. Now I'm going to create a layer. So I'll click on top of this, the abstract background, that is the pattern. So I'm going to create that on top, and now I'm going to change the foreground color to white. Then I'll go for my brush tool. Then I'm going to clear off this place. Music licensing reimagined. Like that. Now what I have to do is, these colors have to go inside of this shape right here. This shape. So I'm going to right click on this one and then create clipping mask. Okay, the same thing to this one. So I'll just drag this one inside. This one should come up like that. Okay, so that's very simple like that. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to let's say this. Okay, I'm going to use my picture. So I'm going to send this picture right here. Okay, let me increase the picture to this end. Okay, so this is my picture. My picture look a bit okay for me. So I'm going to use camera raw to sharpen. I'm using camera raw to sharpen the color. Make sure the color look a little bit nice for me. So after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this background. Right. So I'm going to drag this background here. Then I'm going to increase the size of this background. Now look at what I'm coming to do. I'm coming to fade in. I want to blend the background and this picture. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to hold my alternative key and then click on this layer mask here, okay, the layer mask icon. Hold my Alt key and then click on this. So I have actually created a layer mask for the picture, the cross picture right here. Now I'll go for my brush tool. I go for my brush tool, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the foreground color is white, and I'm going to decrease the size of the opacity of the brush, and now I rub it like that. So this is how it's actually going to be like. All right. So this is how it's going to be for me. Then I'm going to increase the size a little bit, then place it here. After placing it here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease the opacity like that. Okay, now let me change the blend mode to, let's say, soft light, or let's say screen, soft and screen. Which one do you prefer? Let me increase the opacity a little bit. Okay, so now let me lock it for no distraction. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the name of the church. So I have to bring the name of the church logo, and I'm going to remove the background from there. So I'm going to use magic eraser. Just click on there, then remove the colors, the white colors from there, and then I drag the logo here like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the name of the church. So the name of the church is the font is too bigger for me. So the name of the church is Power Power Giant Embassy, right? So after this, I'm going to change the name of the font to Squeeze. Okay, so I'm going to use a Squeeze font for the church name, and I'm going to place it here. Let me spread it. So if you want to spread font, create space in between the text, you just click on this AV, drag your mouse pointer to this end, either both left or right. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate this by holding my Alt key, click this one and drag. And I'm going to close. I'm going to type present. Now I'm going to decrease the size like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the Swiss black to, use this, the one that look a little bit tiny. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create right, that is Dominion. So I'm going to increase the Dominion. Increase it. I'm going to close it. If you want to close the spaces in between the font, you drag this to the left. All right, you drag this to left, but if you want to close the space, you drag it to left. If you want to open the space, you drag it to right. Now I want to close the space, so I will drag it to left like this. Now I'm going to increase like that. Okay, so right from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the O from there, and I'm going to create a space like that. And now I'm going to place the logo in there like this. I'm going to increase the logo a little bit like that. Now I'm going to create eclipse. So just click on your eclipse, and I'm going to create eclipse circle. Eclipse circle like this.
Music licensing reimagined.
Like this in there. So after creating this, what I'm going to do right now is so I'm going to create a gradient color. So I'll go to the effects, then create gradient. So right from here, I'm going to create a gradient color. I'm going to use yellowish color, kind of orange yellowish. Then this one, just use the same yellowish, but this time I'm going to drag this one right here. Right? Something like this. So that will look more cute for me. Now I want the white color right here. Okay, so I want the background color to. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to the circle right there. I'm going to remove the fill in color. So you come here, I'm going to remove the fill in. Create the stroke color and then remove the fill. Okay, then I have to increase this one like that. Let me decrease the logo a little bit, then decrease the circle. Let me decrease the circle like that as well. Increase it a little bit like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the circle and the yellow. So let me duplicate the dominion. Okay, now when I duplicate it, let me close this one. Then I'm going to use this one, remove the white, and make sure I use this one. Okay, so now
Music licensing reimagined.
now I'm going to duplicate the Dominion copy. I'm going to right click on the effect, copy, highlight it, and paste on this one. So I'm going to merge the circle and the Dominion. I select both of them, then I click Ctrl E on my keyboard. Ctrl E mean if you want to merge something together, you merge it. So I've merged it. Now I'm going to paste the color right here. Okay, so now both the circle and the Dominion has been merged. I've merged it into one. I've merged it. So when you click on the circle, you are clicking on the same. All right, so let's go like that. Okay, very nice and beautiful. So let me decrease this one a little bit. Now we are going to create let me hide my picture. I'll come back for it. Now we are going to create its Dominion encounter. Okay, Dominion encounter program. So I'm going to type in the encounter. I'm going to create the encounter. The encounter, I just use kind of design for the encounter. So let's
Music licensing reimagined.
So I'm going to use this font, Montserrat. Okay, Montserrat. So I'm going to start with E. Look, watch here very carefully. All right, watch here carefully. What I'm about to show you, watch it carefully. Okay, now this is the E. I'm going to right click here and then convert to shape. Okay, once I convert to shape, I'll go for my convert point tool. Just click here, highlight this end, then use your arrow key, the left one, and push it. Okay, I mean the right one, then push it. Now I'll go for my text tool, then type N, the N. So the N, I'm going to place it here, increase the size, increase the size of the N.
Music licensing reimagined.
Okay, so after doing this, okay, now I'm going to rasterize that one. I mean, convert to shape as well. I'm converting this and I'll go for my convert point tool. Then highlight this point. and use my arrow up and push this up like that.
Music licensing reimagined.
I make sure it's in straight line, okay? Is it straight line? Yeah, it's straight line. Then I'm going to highlight this one too. Use my arrow down and push it. No, I'm using this one rather. Then push it down. Make sure it's in the straight line. I think there is a point here. So make sure you get a straight line from here. I think it's still all right. I think this is okay. Now push this one to this end.
Reimagined.
Make sure okay, so make sure you merge this, and now I'm going to write the N. So if the word is encounter, so I'll write encounter. I'm going to use O. The O, I'm going to change.
Music licensing.
The C is a bold font, so I'm going to change the font style. I'm going to change the style and use, let's say, bold. Bold is okay, right? Bold is okay. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate the C and then type O. O. And the O, I'm going to decrease the size. And place it inside the C. And now I'm going to write. I'm going to write the U. U like that. Then I'm going to decrease the size of the U. I'm going to convert the U to shape, so convert to shape. Now what I'm going to do is, I think the U I'll not convert to shape, right? So I'll just decrease the size. Okay, now, I'm going to convert the U to shape. Okay, so let's convert it. Convert to shape. Now I'll go for my convert point tool. Highlight this. Highlight the line here and push it using my up arrow like this. Then I'll duplicate my O here, increase the size. Then I'm going to write T. Okay, it's going to be N rather. Encounter. Okay, so it's going to be N. So I'm going to the N. Then I'm going to duplicate the N. I just hold my Alt key and click and drag it. I'm going to type T. Okay, so the T, I'm going to convert it into shape. So I'll just right click, convert to shape. Now what I'm going to do is I'll go for my convert tool, and I'm going to push the T, the head on top like this, and then push this one to my left side, something like this. Beautiful. Now okay, it seems there is a space in here, so I have to create the space, close the space like that. Now I'm going to type in letter E, E, then bring it here. Now I'm going to type in, hold my Alt key, click and drag this. Now this one is going to be R, and then the R I'm going to convert to shape. All right, convert to shape. Now I'm going for my convert point tool, highlight and push the tail of the R down using my down arrow. There should be a space here.
Music licensing reimagined.
So this is what I'm actually doing right here, like that. So let's close the space here a little bit like this. So now this is what I'm actually going to get. I'm going to highlight all of these. All right, after highlighting all of these, I'm going to merge it. So you highlight all of them.
Music licensing reimagined.
You just highlight them like this. You click on your mouse pointer to drag this like this. And after this, I'm going to hold Control G. Okay, I've grouped them. Control G. Now I'm going to press Control J and then duplicate the groups, because in case you make a mistake, you already have a backup group. So I always group them because of backup. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this one, and now I'm going to select the group 1 copy, hold my control and press E to merge it. Okay, so I'm going to write encounter. Now this has become one word. All right, very cute. Now I'm going to copy this color right here, so the gradient color. So I'll just right click here, just select the dominion, right click on this effect, right click, copy, come and select your encounter design, right click anywhere here, and then paste layer style. So this is what you're actually going to get. All right. Now it seems the color, I will have to make different. I need to make a little change right here. So I'm going to double click here and then go back, click on my color, click on the bar, come here again, then push the arrow a little bit. I think this is okay for me.
Music licensing reimagined.
I'm going to do the same thing to the Dominion. So I'll double click on the gradient, click on the color, click on the bar, come here, click on the color, like that. So I think this is okay for me, right? So it's called Dominion Encounter, right? Dominion Encounter. Okay, so right from here, then I'm done. Okay, then I'll just bring in, show my picture right here. My picture will be here like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write, there's a word here, so I'm going to type the word prayer.
Music
Prayer.
licensing reimagined.
Word says word and the bonuses. Bonuses. So this word I'm going to use a font called Stretch. Stretch font. Okay. So I'm going to place that right here. Okay, so right from here, now there's this, we just have a kind of short I'm going to type every Sunday. So the program that it's every Sunday. Now I'm going to increase. So every Sunday, I'm going to change the font to this font, Hansen, like that. And I'm going to type the time, 5 o'clock p.m. 5 o'clock p.m.
Music licensing reimagined.
So I'm going to create a rectangle for the time. So I'm I'm going to copy this color, the gradient color for the shape. So I'll just right click on the gradient, copy, then come back and select the shape, right click, and then paste layer style. Okay, so that's very simple, like that. A very simple,
Music licensing
like
reimagined.
ABC. Okay, so let me decrease the time a little bit and place it right here. Let me go for my costume shape. So I'm going to, I've created a tutorial about these costume shapes. You can check that out. I'm going to leave the link in the description so that you can download. You can download these costume shapes for your works, and you're going to thank me later.
Artlist.io.
So
Music licensing reimagined.
okay, so okay guys, this is going to be the end of this tutorial. Please do me a favor, if today be your first time on my channel, do me a favor, don't go away. Kindly do me a favor, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, kindly do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, and please like this video for me. Please like this video for me. All right, and I'm going to bring you a banger new one. So guys, thank you so much, and I just want to welcome all the new subscribers. Hey gentlemen, you are welcome to join the family. Okay, thank you so much, and I give you all shout outs to you all. I mean, I saying that if you want me to give you a shout out, just leave your comment and I'm going to give you a shout out. Everybody, those who keep on watching and liking and subscribing, liking the video,